Good morning and welcome to Problem with Being Awake. My name's Ben, I'll be your host. And today I want to talk about emojis and how dangerous they're starting to become. I did last year, I think, a video on this. And it was well received, but ultimately everyone still uses emojis and my video wasn't designed to change that. That's a personal choice. Here's the problem with the emojis. Language originated from a single picture. And the cavemen were quite capable of expressing their emotions through pictures. And then we hit the Mesopotamian Empire, where language was first invented. And language initially was a mixture of a word and a known picture. So the Mesopotamian Empire, though they had language, it was a very base level language, and it did include pictures because they needed the established picture they understood to communicate the new word. Fast forward to the Greek Empire, and we have Socrates and Aristotle, who not only speak the word, they write the word beautifully. They're two of the best writers and thinkers of all time at this point. So then words were dispensed with to describe, pictures were dispensed with and words described themselves. And now that's increased. We've increased our knowledge, vocabulary, our range, our cultural understanding of other people's submodalities and the way that they speak. And now we introduce back in pictures. Now, I've never sent an emoji, and I never will. I will type one out to make my point. But that makes me very unique in this world. Most of my friends do send them out occasionally. They're not like ridiculous with them. If they were, I'd get annoyed. But they do, I'll get the odd heart, and I can't, in all good conscience, reply to it with a heart. But I just say, look, I don't use emojis, but likewise, which is all I can do. The reason I don't use emojis is because I would be hypocritical if I did, because I'm a student of language and the development of the human brain. So emojis has contributed to this Generation Z being the least literate, the least numerically capable, the least scientific, the lowest IQ, and the least ability to retain memory. And that is in large part due to the failed education systems they've gone through. It's not their fault. But emojis plays a role. Now, if things go on the direction they are currently going at, as it's going, in 150 years, there's no point in having language because no one will have the brain left to understand it. That could go to 250 years. It won't go beyond that. Because if you substitute all of 3.2 thousand years of development of language till we get kind of the final edition, which is the Samuel Johnson English Dictionary, although it's been changed and updated yearly, it is still the official dictionary of English. But why? And this is where we have a problem. Why are we allowing the dumbing down of our kids? It's a simple problem. Emojis is a silly example that grabs people's attention because if people keep communicating to things and they think a reply with a simple picture is good enough, they are denying their own intelligence and their own fluid intelligence to come up with thoughts or anything to say, which means they challenge themselves less, they think less, and they spend more time distracted on the internet. And emojis have come from social media. They're huge. Most of my comments have got emojis on them. The reason I say it needs to change is because if it doesn't, then there will be no stopping the downward falling of the educational standards that we held up so highly and now so lowly. Not the fault of the kids. Fault of us for ignoring what was going on or not investigating, and fault of the government for allowing it to happen. But now we're at a conjuncture where we need to make this change, and we need to make it stick, and we need children to be reading again. If you can't read fluently, your chance of success in this world, if you're an adult who can't read fluently, your chances of success are next to nothing. There are very few people who can't read who have made it in any way big. Now, if they did, it would have been in an artistic manner, because you need to be able to read to reach the top of pretty much every industry, or even the middle, or even, literacy is crucial. And numerical literacy is also crucial, or numeracy, whatever you choose. And the sciences will come, and the STEM subjects will all come from that. So I just want to just make this point finally. We originated as cavemen drawing pictures to describe how we felt. 4,500 years ago, we turned that into pictures with words that added additional information. 3,000 years ago, we ditched the pictures and we had a load of words. 650 years ago, Samuel Johnson wrote the English dictionary, and we had the full vocabulary of the world written down for the first time. In the background now, they're writing the actual vocabulary for the emoji dictionary. It's a project that will take about 4 years to complete, and it's going to be comprehensive. And they say they're trying to aim to make it as comprehensive a translation of the picture, which will have to be done in words, as the English dictionary. So I don't know where they are with that project, but I know it's happening. And if you think about that, if we have a dictionary for emojis, that is a sign that our literacy and our kids and the people using them is going downhill and downhill, and it won't stop. So please, please, make sure you're looking after your kids' education. Make sure that reading is part of everyday life for every kid. It doesn't have to be excessive, just everyday life, part of it. They learn to read and progress and read better things as they go older. It is the only way to save our future, our youth, our kids, and our lineage from returning to cavemen within a relatively short period of time in comparison, if it goes on ahead as it's going. But certainly 3 generations from now, you will see that people will, at the current rate, be markedly stupider. So help them, help the kids, keep them learning, be interested in their schoolwork because it's important, and look after them, look after yourself. You be good, I'll be lucky. I'll see you soon.